Hello everyone, you're watching Newegg TV. I'm Jennifer and I'm here to bring you a product overview on the Antec P100 mid-tower case that is designed for cooling efficiency as well as silence. Let's go over the included accessories. So you get this little pamphlet. This is a multilingual product overview on the P100. If you want the full manual, which I bet you do, you're going to go ahead over to the Antec website and print that out. Additionally, you get some documentation on your 3-year included warranty, your bag of included hardware parts that you're going to need, plus a couple of Molex adapters, and all of your standoffs are also included in here. They also give you an additional 5 1/4 inch drive bay tray. Taking a look now at the exterior of this mid-tower case, we have a front panel, as you can see. Now this front panel is made out of plastic. I think this is for weight saving, but also it's a good sound deadening material. Inside you'll see that it is lined with foam, and then we have an air filter right here that you can remove for cleaning. Up front we have a pre-installed 120mm fan with room for another one up top, 2 5 1/4 inch drive bays, as well as 2 USB 3.0, 2 USB 2.0, your microphone and headphone jacks, also your power and reset buttons, which include an LED indicating light. Now there is a nice gap in between the front door here and the rest of the bezel to allow for good airflow right there. I should use this moment to go over the dimensions, I guess. So we have across the front 8.7 inches by 19 inches by 20.6 inches at the length, or that's going to be 484 millimeters by 220 millimeters by 523 millimeters. Taking a look now around the outside of the rest of the case, we have a very nice kind of bead blasted look, aluminum door sides, very simple and basic, good for pretty much any application you can think of. On the back side, you see we have another fan cutout. This one is also a pre-installed 120mm fan. I'm going to mention that these are 18 decibel fans at 1200 RPM, so definitely designed to be efficient for cooling as well as quiet. You have 7 expansion slots, as well as 2 grommeted cutouts for water cooling loop. Here's where your I/O shield will go, and this is where you're going to put your standard ATX power supply. Coming around now to the other side, it matches the first side we took a look at. And now let's move on to the top and bottom. On the top of the case, we have a panel right here that has cutouts for either 220 or 240mm fans, as well as compatibility with 240mm radiators for water cooling. You will need to remove the panel that is on the inside, and we'll get a closer view of that in just a minute. But basically, they've put that there in case you're not going to use top fans to increase your sound deadening. Moving along now to the bottom, we have some rubberized feet to raise it up off the floor about 1 inch, and then also a removable dust filter right here. Okay, so I have already loosened the thumb screws on the back to open up the side panel here. I did want to show you on the inside of the side panel, there's some more of that sound deadening material that lines the entire case to dampen any more fan noises or anything else your system might be running. So here is the inside of the case, as you would expect after I take the side panel off. Now, taking a look at the motherboard tray, this is compatible with your standard ATX, micro ATX, and mini ITX motherboards, but the standoffs come pre-installed for your standard ATX. Of course, you do get all of the wiring to patch in the accessories that are included with this case, as well as a fan speed controller here to adjust your fan speeds once you have everything connected. Now over here on the side, we have all of our drive bays. Up here at the top, we have two toolless 5 1/4 inch bay installation. And then remember when I did the accessories and I said that you got an additional 5 1/4 inch tray? Well, I was just kidding. This is just one of 7 that comes with, and they are compatible with 2.5 inch as well as 3.5 inch drives. So you can really use 7 drives in this case, should you wish it, of whichever size you deem necessary. Now along the back we have some more great rubber grommeted cutouts for your wire management, also any water cooling loops that you might be routing here. As I mentioned before, this does have compatibility with 240 millimeter radiators, but I need to also mention that you get a maximum GPU length of 12.5 inches or 317 millimeters with this case, as well as a maximum CPU cooler height of 6.7 inches or 170 millimeters, so nice and spacious area on the inside. So I did tell you when we were looking at the top of the case that we would have a gander at the top here of that panel. Now the panel is lined with the same foam material as the inside of the rest of the panels, so if you choose to leave it on, it'll be a good addition for sound deadening in this case. Or remove it and you can install additional fans or a water cooling radiator. So now we're taking a look at the back side of the motherboard tray. As you can see, the entire case has been painted black on the inside. Also, we've got some really good points for tie down. There's a lot of space behind these, which is great. Makes it a lot easier to do your cable management. And talking of cable management, as I turn the case to the side here, you can see there's a nice substantial 1-inch gap between the motherboard tray and the side panel, so that you can make sure that all of your cable management is done properly without any restrictions or pinching. Alright, well that wraps up this product overview on the Antec P100 mid-tower case. Now if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to our various YouTube channels. Until next time, I'm Jennifer and thank you for watching Newegg TV.